Hola amigos! Hey Heisters! Welcome back to another Overkill and Payday stream. My name is Almir Lista, one of the producers here at Overkill, and with me I have none other than Elisabeth, our community manager, the one and only, might I add. This is the year 2020, the year of perfect vision. We're back with Payday 2, back with another update that we're going to talk more about today. What are we going to talk more about today, Elisabeth?
We're in Mexico.
Yeah, we are in Mexico. Mexico, perfect.
But we'll dive into the details of our update soon. Before that, I want to just briefly plug our social safe. In case you haven't seen it already, we have a link right under there. There, yeah. Where you can go to get some free stuff for following us on Twitter or for following us on Steam. There's a couple of different things you can go in there and get something for, so I recommend
like a
checking
Mega
that out.
Sydney mask, for example?
Exactly.
Mega
if you donate to charity. Mega Clover for following us on Twitter. It's worth it. Go visit it right now. Actually, no, after the stream.
Yeah, not now. Now you're watching us doing this stream.
And we want to talk about something else that we have changed as well. You may have seen the announcement for the safes and drills, but before we move on to that, I want to just show off really my favorite part of the new heist, which is the drunk mariachi band. Some of you may have played it already. If not, enjoy, and we'll bring in a guest to talk about the safes.
All right, we're back, having watched our mariachi band for a moment. We've got a new guest, Tobias a producer on Payday 2. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Also, notice the theme we have going here.
We've got a pretty cool thing going here. Yeah.
I think someone messed this one up.
Yeah.
Do you want
looks
to tell
like
the
it.
story behind yours?
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, so I've been nicknamed Test after a semi-unfortunate announcement I did. I actually don't remember. That was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, actually, I had the anniversary.
Oh yeah, you got your shirt for the anniversary. That's right.
Exactly, yeah. So I accidentally pushed live a test announcement that just said test to each and every one of our players. I'm sure most of the players in the Twitch stream here knows that unfortunate event.
And thus you became known as Overkill
Mr.
Test.
Yeah, Overkill Test or Mr. Test. Yeah.
Respect.
But
that's not why you're here, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, please, Elizabeth.
We brought you on to talk about the safes and drills and what we've done to those. Do you want to give everyone a quick rundown?
Yeah. So we've been needing to do a change to the drills, right? So from this update forward, you will no longer be able to sell a safe directly to another player. You will not be able to buy a drill from another player or buy it directly from us either. Meaning any safe will mean that you get the safe from us and you will get a skin from it. Then you can sell that skin onwards. So you can no longer buy something that you don't know what you get.
What it is, yeah.
Exactly. And since that means that we remove all the drills, we also made all the old drillable saves that used to be out of rotation openable without the drills. So all of you that have old drills lying around will now be able to open those. Since that does leave a lot of people with additional drills, we went in and replaced all drills. You need to go into your Steam Market tab in the main menu with a safe of the corresponding family.
But
So
that's
if
a great thing, right?
Yes, I would think so. Yeah.
We're
I hope
essentially
so.
giving everyone a
Yes.
free safe. Yeah.
So if you, for example, have a Sydney drill one, a really rare one, lying around, and you open the Steam Market, you get a Sydney safe that you can open right away and get a skin out of it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What about completely Overkill pack owners? Is there a change for those people as well?
Since most of the things that we're doing to the safes are essentially how the completely Overkill pack already works, except for the no drill part. We haven't done any changes to the completely Overkill pack. You still need the drill and the safe, but anyone that has that pack already has both those items, if they kept them around, of course.
Of course, of course.
But there's no changes to that, and they are not added to the loot drop, which all the old saves are. So you can actually get the old saves, such as Sputnik and Bodhi saves, in the drops right now.
From now on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
I've seen a lot of the community ask about the drop rate of those as well.
Yes.
Is that something we're looking at possibly changing? Some people feel like the once per week is a bit low.
Yeah. And we've read through a lot of the feedback and a lot about the ideas and comments that come up in regards to this update. And we definitely find a lot of interesting things that we are discussing right now. Drop rate is one of the topics that we are talking about. Right now we can't really say we're doing this or that, but I can say that we are looking into it, and it's likely we will see a change further down the line.
That makes sense. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's great.
And next topic, we have the storyline. Because, I mean, we had the White House happen, the story ended.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Why are we here?
Yeah. So essentially, yes, the main story ended. Our brave heisters robbed the White House, right? What we're exploring with this and last DLC is everything that happened outside of Washington around the time of the White House. So Sangres and a couple of others went south of the border to hunt down murky water operations outside of America. If you watched the secret ending, and actually this was in the marketing campaign, now I'm almost tricking myself here. In the
Yes.
marketing campaign leading up to the White House, it did say murky water going bankrupt.
In one of the news stickers.
In
yes.
one of the news stickers, yeah. So we're exploring a little bit about what's happening to the Payday gang, the rest of the Payday gang, right? Because everyone knows there are only 4 heisters heisting at the time. So what are the other ones doing? Right.
And in the first chapter of the Silk Road campaign, it was Locke sending the gang somewhere, right? But
Yes.
this time around, it's something else going on. What happened? It's almost
Yeah.
like he got hijacked.
Well, we're talking about Vlad here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Vlad's style, right?
Yeah.
And Vlad, some people might have that have paid very close attention might have noticed that Vlad did slip a little bit of information to the Payday gang. This did not happen in game. It happened in the marketing campaign that we did, and so it's not a massive story beat. The big story beat is, of course, Vlad coming in saying, "I need your help with something. They've got my stuff. I need you to take it back." But we sort of seeded a little bit of information about that, and that's what led up to this heist. Actually, that was led up to the last heist. They got the information. Now Vlad wants his favor in return, right?
Interesting,
Yeah.
right?
So we have Vlad in the picture, but we have Locke with us as well.
Yeah.
But isn't he busy elsewhere, like with Henry's Rock right now in the story?
Of course, yeah. Well, Locke
Is
is.
he two places at the same time?
He works very hard, of course.
Of course he does.
Yeah, but we don't envision the heist taking place at exactly the same time. Locke is handling these heists remotely. He's not actually there in
the flesh,
in border crossing while doing that heist. He's plugging in through headphones and maybe a stream.
Yeah, he's
I don't
live
know
on
if-
Twitch right now.
Yeah, I
Locke,
don't think
doing
that.
heists.
I think that violates some rules about Twitch.
I would think so,
Yeah.
yes.
Their code of conduct for sure. Yeah.
So we have a canon going with what we consider the real story or not. So which heisters have we sent to Mexico according to our own canon?
So now you just quizzing me, right? So yeah, we have Sangres, we have Clover, we have Sydney, and we have
Sokol,
Sokol. Those are the four that we envision taking the heists in Mexico. However, of course, Payday is a very fluent game, and I hope that everyone, of course, deliberately picked another heister than they picked for White House, just to keep the sort of continuation going, right? Of course. I know I did.
I hear you.
I don't. I have a main sticking to her.
No, sure.
But we're continuing, in a sense, the storyline now, even if we're not after that White House. Does that mean we're updating the storyline in-game as well? The feature?
No, the feature storyline is complete because that is the main storyline. This is side missions. Essentially, in terms of narrative, they're side-going missions. There would be problematic sort of slotting them into the storyline, and it would be very confusing for the players. So we're keeping them as sort of a Easter egg, I guess you can say. Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool. I'm going to pull up my document because I have a couple of community questions as well about the story.
Of course.
Quantum ZYT asks, will future DLC heists only go through this post-Hell's Island arc, or are there plans to expand upon other arcs within Payday 2 story?
We have story arcs that we want to explore, and I'm not saying that it's impossible that we would see older story arcs, but we have a lot of ideas that we want to explore here first, especially around the White House and leading up to maybe the end video or something like that.
So we might be in Mexico a little bit longer then.
Possibly.
Might be. Okay. We have another one as well from NoOOB. He asks, did players miss anything in the game that should be known about, like secrets or stuff like that?
Can you just lay it out there, all of it?
Oh yeah. So we have all
everything.
Get ready for a 4-hour stream here. Here we go.
Essentially, all the big secrets in terms of the narrative and the story has been uncovered. Of course, everyone knows us. We can't go a day without hiding something somewhere.
Especially you. You like your puzzles.
I do. So there are a lot of devs that put in additional Easter eggs into the game. I know that the level design is particularly keen on hiding cheese toasts in every single level. I'm not sure. I think someone found it in the last level. It was relatively easy, I think, and I'm sure they're gonna hide one in this one. They were talking about hiding an additional food stuff as well. We don't know about that yet.
Going beyond the toast?
Yeah, going beyond the toast. Maybe that is for the next site.
Yeah.
Well, that was all I had for community question. Thank you so much for catching up on the story.
Thank you, Tobias.
So let's dive into the new content. We'll start off by showing off the new trailer.
Making lots of noise at the border. Well, I want to tell you a story. It's about a town in Mexico. Down south, a town with a bank in it. And in that bank is something that belongs to me. It's something very, very precious. Can you get this precious thing for me?
Pretty epic trailer, don't you think?
All right, you know, this is so fun.
I shouldn't have given those to you. I
You should have not. It was a bad trade for you. The hat looks lovely though,
Thank
but
you.
we're all about cosmetics now at Overkill. And you will know more about this because we're gonna go through the Taylor Pack, the new one. But before we do that, we're gonna introduce the fourth Heister that we have with us today. So you met Tobias, who talked about the story and the new saves, and we also have Sebastian off camera, another Overkill developer.
Hello.
Yeah, you can hear him.
He's hiding in the shadows, the Shadow Master.
Yeah, so he's gonna play the heist for us after, and we're gonna see how far he comes before we're done with the stream.
But first, he's going to show us some of the new bits in the menu.
Yeah.
How about we start off with the new outfits? I mean, looking pretty fly. Our Heisters need to look fly as well.
Yes.
So, do you want to talk us through what we're seeing here?
Yeah, sure.
Clover's looking pretty good.
So we'll start with the community suit this time, I think. Oh wait, no, that was the I looked at the wrong screen. My apologies. That was a very
fine.
beautiful cinematic though that I wasted.
We can get back to the beautiful
Good job.
cinematic,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah,
No
that's fine.
problem.
Show us what you got. Come on.
So using the in-game menu instead, this is the community outfit.
Meaning it's free.
It's free.
Just join our Steam community, which is linked in the social site.
Yep.
Hint, hint.
It's in 5 different versions. Some locked behind achievements, but you can all get those. Just try hard.
Just get good.
Yeah. Then it's the DLC ones, starting with the Avenging Gunman, also available in 5 colors. Standard is black, so white, red, green, and blue.
I like the scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The white one is excellent with the Plaguebringer mask. Tip from our QA. Then we have the Boom Bap. It's standard yellow, then white, red, green, and teal.
Looks pretty good.
Very cool. Very buff.
The Gimme Shelter.
It's the one that Clover was rocking pretty well in the
Yeah.
cinematic we skipped.
Yeah. So this is
That you
a
ruined.
hippie-inspired one.
You made us
Yeah.
go loud. Here we are.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still failed.
Yeah. And then the last one is the punk-inspired one, also in 5 beautiful
vicious.
colors.
Very cool.
And
Ooh,
this is the
nice
one
pants.
I'll be. Yeah, this is one
Yeah,
I'll be
Sydney
rocking.
looks particularly good in this one, I think.
Yeah.
It's very much her style.
I
Yeah.
don't want to mess with her.
No, definitely not.
She looks like a proper hard ass wearing that.
Yeah.
She really does. That pose really makes it as well.
Does the spikes do damage also?
Maybe for the next one.
Yeah. Maybe in melee.
So moving on then to the weapons.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
there's a
we can't
weapon
just
pack.
look good with the outfits. We have to customize our weapons.
Exactly.
Or get new weapons as well, right?
So we've
Exactly.
got 4 new content packs, right, Elisabeth?
Yes,
We've
4
got
new
the
contents.
Taylor Pack that you saw both free and paid stuff. We've got a new weapon pack.
And we have new mods as well for the weapons.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll quickly run through these and then I'll show the weapon skin system. So we have 3 beautiful new weapons with some very exciting mods.
They look very good.
Um,
These are all automatic pistols,
all
right?
automatic pistols, and they're hopefully designed to fill unique and different slots in your gameplay style. So I think everyone should be able to find a weapon that they feel comfortable with.
Awesome.
Wide array of mods for everything. I'll just quickly whip something and then we'll dive into the weapon skin system.
Yeah,
Very
because
cool.
I mean, once you pick your weapon, there's a lot more to it. You need to pick how it looks as well.
Exactly.
Of course.
And we have a brand new feature completely available for free today, which is a weapon color picker system that you can see on screen right now. You can also buy additional colors if you're not happy with the free ones, and they will look something like this.
Yeah. So the way it works is that we have 2 different color, a base color and a top color, so to say.
So 2 different modifiers then?
Yeah, exactly. And they're available in different patterns. So I'll pick yellow and scroll through the patterns real quick.
Looks really nice.
Yep. And then just like with our other regular skins from the community market, you can change what condition they're in.
Cool.
So for this one, I'm gonna go for the core one with the mint condition.
So if any heisters out there haven't settled on a skin, a pre-existing skin they already wanted, you can now customize your own look,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So these are a bit more simple than the community skins. The community skins are a bit more colorful with some more details. These just give you more customization options for all weapons in the game. So these are applicable to, I think, every weapon in the game.
That's awesome. But there's one thing that I think our viewers are especially hyped about right now, which is our new heist.
Yes, of course.
We're
New
going
playable content.
To San Martín, and we are robbing a bank. Who would have thought?
A Mexican bank. Yeah, the first one, right? Look at this.
It looks
So
absolutely
this is a
gorgeous.
town square of San Martín with the church on the right and the bank on the left, just across it, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
a potentially drunk mariachi band
Yeah.
playing right in the middle of the square.
Depending on how you play it. And both stealth and loud.
Yes, we actually have identified that there's it's a bit of a miscategory on the stealth right now. It doesn't specifically tell you that stealth is an option, but stealth is an option. You can go loud or stealth if you want, and we will fix the flag so it's correct in a patch soon, TM.
Good.
We're gonna have Sebastian play a little bit of the heist for us, but we also have more community questions that we should pull up while he gets ready and starts playing. So we put out some threads on Steam and Reddit yesterday to ask, what are you guys wondering? What should we talk about? So I picked out a few. Hopefully we can give good answers. We'll start with one from @Dara.
Pressure's on. Yeah, all right.
@Dara asks, I really like this new approach of commissioning artists for music, being able to hear different styles and approaches for different artists. Will we continue to hear more of these commissioners' content in the future, or will Overkill find one new permanent music artist? Do you want to take this one?
Yes, beautiful question. We have a permanent artist, or also known as a composer. His name is Gustavo Coutinho, and he's from Brazil. And he is amazing at what he does. Sure, we have other talented developers internally here at the studio also, like Carl Norén, for example, who's done the Don't Act Dumb stuff and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
And he's done a few small bits here in this heist as well. If you play it and if you listen to a certain radio in the heist, you'll hear a few of his beats. But Gustavo is doing an amazing job, and of course we always want to work with new artists. I mean, we have a history of doing that with
Yes.
Alesso and others, and we love doing that. So yeah, expect more from us for sure in the future.
All right, let's move on to TRTSCX. He asks, any new characters or weapons incoming?
I would love that personally, but we can't say what we're working on because that's part of development.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of stuff coming up, like we've done a weapon pack now, we've done a modification system and so on. So new characters, we have a host of characters already. Would another one be okay? I'm not sure.
Gang's
Yeah.
pretty big already.
It's pretty big, yeah, but maybe it can never get big enough. We'll see.
We'll figure that out. And then Heroic Shepherd asks, are major balance overhauls and skill tree or perk deck reworks in the mix for future updates? Or is the dev team going to focus entirely on new content like maps, characters, weapons, and cosmetic changes?
First off, I salute you, Heroic Shepherd. Always nice to get a question from you, one of the veterans out there. This is something we're looking carefully at, all right? We respect the legacy of Payday 2 and all the development we've put into the title over the years. That also means that there are a lot of systems in place, a lot of systems that we now, a year after we finished development, took it up again, are looking into and seeing what should we do, what shouldn't we do, and so on and so forth. So for sure we're looking into this and treating it very seriously, and whatever we do decide to do, we'll make sure you enjoy it proper.
Hopefully so. All right, next one is from Main Game Boy, who asks, what was the funniest glitch that happened during development? And I think we actually have a video ready for
We
that.
do, yeah. You want to tell us what the video is about? I thought it was hilarious.
Sure. So this is something that happened during development where if I remember correctly, we gave the church a collision, but it was they forgot to attach it to the ground.
Yeah.
So when you shot at it, it just went flying.
Yeah, it had a hitbox, so it just went. Yeah, it just went.
It just went.
Yeah, I love it. It's very
development
weird.
is a lot of fun. There are sometimes you wish you could keep glitches in the games as features, but you know that's it's the way of life. All right, moving on. Let's see. Crovo, I hope I pronounced it correctly, asks, what will be the business model going forward with the recent controversies over loot boxes and live services? Will you be sticking to the tried and tested model of releasing DLC every few months with some free content thrown in, or are you planning on something different?
Also a very good question. Heisters out there know, we're all about the respect.
Yeah.
It's important that the community enjoys the content that we do and that we put it out in a very good way. When it comes to saves and drills and so on, I think Tobias said everything that needs to be said about that, how that's handled, right? For upcoming content, including today's content, we're going to continue what we've done always, essentially, which is a mix between free content and paid content.
Yeah.
Old DLC style, right?
I mean, with Border Crossing, we had some free stuff alongside, the paid stuff. We're doing the same now. We had the Christmas update, which was completely free, nothing paid at all.
And now when we do a couple of paid DLCs, we also have free systems tied to that with a new color picker system.
Like the weapon color picker system, that's completely free. You can choose, I forgot to mention that earlier, you can choose the outfits of your AI teammates now, which is something that was very requested after Border Crossing came out. So
very cool.
That's available also completely free, so we try and keep a bit of a balance between free and paid.
And also given, the winds of change and everything that's happened since, we're looking to be as transparent as we possibly can with you Heisters out there. So if we change things up in any particular direction, we'll make sure you guys are the first to know.
Indeed. And then we have one from Beginners963, which is such a sweet question, I had to include it. How are you? Did you have a nice day? And then, is it fun to work on Payday 2 again?
Oh my god.
It's so sweet.
I'm fine. I'm having a great day. We're wearing nice outfits.
Yes.
And it's so fun to be back on Payday 2.
It is, it is.
They thought we were toast, Elisabeth, but we're still the bread.
Hell yes.
Yeah, so we're still doing Payday. I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah. More banks to be robbed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
and we're
in
just
San Martín.
like in San Martín. Yeah, so we're just going south. Yeah.
Yes. All right, let's move on to Oyster's questions. He asks, is there any chance that there will be a Crime Fest or Spring Break event this year? Also, will there be new safes added after the changes to the safes?
I see. So answering the last question first, unless I know something you don't, or vice versa, of course we're going to continue with saves. I mean, we have the community saves in the future.
Number 9 dropped today.
Dropped today, yeah. So I don't see us stopping there. And what's the first question again?
First question was if we're going to do more Crime Fest or Spring Break events this year.
Yeah, that's a big question. Yeah. So listen, we have a bit of a history of these events, right? So. For this year, we haven't planned any of those events.
We haven't planned any of the classic events.
Any of the classic events. We have planned events, yes, but we haven't necessarily named it. This has to be named Crime Fest, or this has to be named Spring Break.
We have activities in the works.
Yeah, and we're just in the middle of the Silk Road campaign. Let's enjoy that then. Make sure we enjoy all the flavors tied to that, like robbing this bank.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's move on to Simi Poo, who asks...
How is it going for Sebastian, by the way? Is he
it's fine. I just remembered I don't have a mouse mat, so I'm sliding around a bit. Other than that...
Did you remember to bring your gun?
I have a beautiful gun.
I got 2 maracas you can borrow otherwise.
I don't. Keep your maracas.
All right.
So rude. That's why he's off camera.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why they don't allow me.
So Simi Poo asks, why have we never seen a heist more than 3 days long, despite there being a supposed 7-day max length in the planning screen? Were there technical limitations, or were there just never any good heist ideas you felt would work for more than 3 days?
We never had any good heist idea. No. We've had plenty. This is an old question. It's a good question, but it's an old one, been asked over and over again ever since launch, right? Because we had the 7-day thing there at launch back in 2013. And it was just a UI element, we never considered that, wait a minute, if we put a week there. Maybe people go that they're, hey, maybe they have a week-long heist. So I think the answer is this. If we ever come up with a good way of doing a 7-day heist, we would. But right now, we haven't had the need to. Yeah. So, because that would require a lot of content and a lot of development time.
I mean, there's also
and
a lot
like
of
a
time.
level designer from hell who could like wrap that's 7 levels, and oh my god, that's so much content.
I mean, from the player perspective as well, if you sit down just to do a quick heist, you're not going to sit down and play the 7-day heist, right? It's going to be like, what, hours?
Yeah. Sounds like a bad robbery, like a bad pre-planning. Like, okay, this heist is gonna take 7 days to complete. What? It's supposed to be in and out one day, 7 days? Are you kidding
It's
us?
not very smooth. It's not
The
very
cop's gonna
Payday
catch
gang.
you halfway through. Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Let's move on to launched Halo 560, who asks, will Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch ever get access to the new safe house or get access to more content than that PC players have that we don't? If so, is there a rough date for when this will happen?
Thank you so much for the question. I always love hearing from the console heisters out there, whether it's on the Switch or Xbox or PlayStation. For today's content drop, that's not available on any other platform than PC. For any future content drops, please look up and read the Winds of Change console edition announcement that we did just a few weeks ago. It very clearly spells out what our plans and intentions are with each platform on console. And right now, we're not looking to add this. Would we like to? Of course we would. Like if you ask me and Elisabeth at gunpoint with our hands tied around, yeah, of course we'd love to see them. But yeah, we've been here, we've had so many talks internally about this, what can we do and so on. But we decided to put out this very clear message on the road ahead, and that's what we're sticking to. If anything changes though, Elisabeth or myself or anyone else in the team will make sure you're the first to know.
Absolutely. Like we said, transparency is a big thing for us, so as soon as something changes, you will know.
She's not hiding anything under that big hat.
All right, so we have a question now from Darkrai the Kobold, who asks, the only real question to ask.
Whoa.
When's Mega
Dismissing
Vincent?
everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
When's Mega Vincent as a mask?
That's a great question.
Vincent's the Velociraptor, in case anyone.
When is it?
When is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you?
don't know.
I think that's great. I think it's great talking about a Mega Mask that isn't one of the core heisters.
Absolutely.
Argued Vincent is one of the core heisters, non-canon wise, right? But canonically, we're focusing on the main heisters. But who knows? I mean, you're bringing it up, and
It's an interesting idea for us to consider.
for sure.
So, with that said,
For sure.
Cassiornis asks, I have just one. Long time ago, there was a challenge suggestion topic which was filled with tons of awesome endgame challenge ideas for the safe house, which required little effort to do, yet were never implemented. And the topic, just scrapped. And as a 2K plus hours players, I find it hard to just keep playing for XP and money I'll never need. Are you going to eventually add something related to this?
I think it's a great question, bringing up feedback from the community already given. We go through all the feedback that we ask for and have ideas on when and where we want to put that in. Those ideas change, however, and it's not always that we have an opportunity to touch back to those community members that have suggested that feedback. So I promise you the feedback is with us, but I can't promise when or if it'll be added to the game, right?
Yes.
But we always consider this, for sure. Yeah.
All right, question from the least interesting Shibi, which is just...
Can I just stop you there? I think you're the most interesting chibi.
I mean, you're having
Like
a conversation with
yeah.
us. You're interesting.
For sure. Yeah.
Anyway, he asks, I'm just curious about how long you're considering to release DLC or to support Payday 2. If you're in the concept or design phase of Payday 3, and if that's going to impact the support for Payday 2. That's 3 questions.
Yes. So formally, what's publicly available, Payday 3 is happening.
Of course it
sooner or
is.
later, right? When it comes to Payday 2, personally, I don't see why both can't exist at the same time, right? But if I get to decide how long we do Payday 2, I would say 100 years. Yeah, it would be way past our heist times. How long we'd be heisting. We'd be gone already, celebrating our offshore somewhere, while Payday 2 continues getting new content. Yeah. So serious answer though regarding Payday 2, we're looking at continuing developing it for as long as you guys continue playing it, really.
I mean, as long as it makes sense for us to keep supporting it, we'll keep supporting it, really. That's the gist of it.
It'd be weird for us if we had like a timer going down, like, okay, we can only work on Payday 2 for 89 days or something like this.
I mean,
like,
we've already ended development once, right?
We were, and we ended it and we opened it again, so I think we're gonna think twice before we end it again, if that's gonna happen.
But the good news is you don't need us to actively develop it. To play it, I mean, it runs on Steam servers, you can play it basically forever, so...
Yes, like Sebastian is doing.
Yes.
Look at him go.
Poorly.
Yeah. Why is your screen red? What's going on?
That's
I had a little accident.
You had a little happy accident, you know.
It's not so happy, I might
I was
add.
gonna say.
I've had better.
You've had better accidents, okay?
Yeah, okay. Let's see if Sydney, Clover, or
Sangres.
Sangres.
Sangres got
help
you.
you.
The white suit.
He knows the layout. He's good. He's been there
There
before.
we go.
Let's move on with some more questions. We have one from Hoxilicious, who asks, any plans to add anything to the safe house, or is it a static thing now? It'd be fun to have some kind of minigame thing or a way to add the original safe house target shooting gallery. And also a PS, more Clover, which, you know, I'm a Clover main, so I second this. More Clover, please. I love Clover.
Clover is fantastic. When it comes to the safe house, we had one back in the day that we changed up into the current safe house, and while it's awesome, I personally love the safe house, it's a bit tricky to work with from a developer angle. So I think we're more keen on looking to add more features elsewhere in the game rather than focusing on the safe house as it is currently. Might change in the future, but that's where we are right now. We know, you know, there's a lot of feedback regarding the safe house, and it is a very appreciated feature among you heisters out there. I mean, you need somewhere to stay, you know, and not be raided by the cops and so on.
Except that it happens almost every day, but you know.
Yeah, but you need a sleeping bed and all that, and somewhere to store your mask and so on and so forth.
All right, we have a couple more. We're almost at the end. DX asks, is there anything we should be getting really excited about?
Is there? Well, today's content drop. Yes, absolutely.
Is he playing
Yes,
right now?
yes, absolutely. This stream happening. Yeah. No, of course, we did a huge content drop today, out of the blue, right? With very little forewarning to the community.
We had some teasers. We had the social media one showing off the
True. But I don't
setting
think
some choice words to our
could anyone expect a Mexican bank though? San Martín?
I don't know. It's been a while. I think people may have forgotten that we did Bank Heist.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
For sure. Yeah.
So.
I totally agree with you. So, and we won't say what's in the vault. That's up for you to find out.
You go play it and find out what's in the vaults. Anyways, okay, last question I have prepared from our threads is from Salty Derpy.
Salty Derpy!
Asks, will the updates be more community request focused, or do you already have a list of things planned?
We always consider your feedback when you play heists. We have, you know, the level design team, all the teams, looking at the Twitch streams, the YouTube content and all of that, and taking in all the feedback from the Steam forums, from the subreddit, from the Discord and so on. That, by the way, hit 30,000 members recently.
Yes, we did, which
Congratulations
is awesome.
to us, to the heisters out there. That's amazing. No, but for sure. And what should I say? We have a good idea of what we want to do, but that's always tied to what you guys want us to do, as well as how we see that fit into the storyline, into the feature setup that we have planned out, and so on. So there's always room for improvement and room for change, but we have a relatively clear idea of where we want to go with the game.
We at least have the broad strokes. The details can come later, which we might look to the community for. But
so does it matter that you talk about the game? Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to take a quick look. It looks like we've got some questions from Twitch chat as well. So, hey guys, can we get an assault rifle and low damage SMGs rebalance, please? LMGs make them completely useless. We kind of touched on this already, didn't we, with the balance question? So, we're looking at it. It's basically a thing, but no promises on what we can do about it. Are there any plans to update the console versions? We talked about that one as well.
We did,
Change.
Yeah.
Are there any plans to give out more safes to owners of the completely Overkill pack, or do we just get the one we got?
Yes, you got the one you got. We're not changing the completely Overkill pack in any shape, way, or form.
No.
Out of respect to the whole ordeal, really, yeah.
Yeah. And there's also one person who spotted our fancy shirt, the
Oh,
game
yeah,
t-shirt.
here we
Y'all
go.
are
Plug it.
wild.
Plug
Where
it.
can I get it?
Yeah,
So,
where can you?
Where can you get it? In Teespring. I don't have the link handy. Hopefully someone is in chat and can help you out. I don't remember what it is, what our website URL is. I can't even
We're gonna
remember.
repost
It's on
it.
Teespring.
Yeah, we're gonna repost it in
We've
our social
shared it
media.
on Twitter. Yeah, you can find it on our social media. Google search might work.
I can tab down and send the link.
Do it.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. All right.
Fantastic.
We have a question. Are there any plans to restock the Dozer bobblehead with or without code on the merch site? I believe that's something that we're working on.
You can expect more information coming from us regarding that, but for sure the bobblehead should be stocked. If it's not, we're gonna have a look at it.
Yeah, we'll get in touch with our retail partner and see what's going on with
And
there.
it's
if
great
we can
seeing
get-
that people still want the bobblehead.
Absolutely, and I think the Kawaii Dozer mask is just super cute.
Yeah,
so.
it is, yeah. Which you get when you order the bobblehead. And if you have ordered your bobblehead and haven't received your mask, make sure you get in touch with us. We'll make sure you get your code.
Absolutely. All right, that looks like it was it for our questions. So, shall we wrap up? Because we don't want to show them what's in the vault, so, you know, they gotta go play the game.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. It was a lot of fun. I mean, this is my first Payday 2 dev stream, so it's been an honor to be here, really. I hope I get to do more of these.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you for joining us.
I hope they keep me. No, but really.
And thank you,
seriously.
Sebastian, as well, from the shadows, for
You're welcome.
showing off the game.
And thank you, Tobias, who came in and gave us some wonderful news regarding the safes and some additional insight on the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, remember to follow us on socials, join us on Discord, check out the social safe. Anything else we want to plug? Get your Dead Game shirt.
Yeah, and we've got a upcoming band here that we want to showcase their
Yes.
latest song. Yeah, as we bid you adieu, let's go over to them.